After trying the carnivore diet experiment for 30 days and losing 15 pounds, I'm ready for the next step. The next step is a weight loss challenge to lose another 20 pounds to get me across the 100-pound threshold that I've been struggling to break for over 2 years. But I also want to issue a challenge to all of you. If you've been waiting for the right moment to start your own weight loss journey, let today be that day. This video is not going to be real fancy. It's just going to be me diving in saying it's time for you to start moving towards your goals. I've been struggling with my weight for a long time until I started my most recent journey with keto over 2 years ago. And while I almost hit the 100-pound mark once, COVID hit and I used that as an excuse to gain another 25 pounds back. Well, carnivore has started me losing weight again, and I don't want to stop. I want to stay on this path of health, and the nearest obstacle in front of me is this 100-pound barrier that's been stopping me for years. And while I'm talking about my obstacles, what are yours? What's stopping you from living your healthiest life right now? And what's stopping you from smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm? Maybe it's time to set aside fear, self-doubt, excuses, whatever it is, and start moving towards your health goals right now. Look, I want to tell you all something that I've really never even shared with my wife because frankly, it's just too embarrassing. And so she's going to be kind of learning about this at the same time that you all do. I mentioned before that a few years back, my wife and I went on a cruise to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary together. Now, I had just started keto, but I'd already lost like 35 pounds. I'd been doing it for close to 4 months whenever we went. So I'd gone from about 350 down to about 315. When we started planning this trip, we started looking at all these incredible excursions, things that we wanted to do when we were at various ports, and so many of them looked awesome. And you have no idea how much I really wanted to do just about all of them. I know we couldn't afford it, but I wanted to do just about all of them. But then as I would read the full description about what it was or what activity it was, I'd get down to the very bottom, and there in nice big bold letters was a weight limit. And I was crushed. You know, most of them were 275, maybe 250, and frankly, you know, as I look over these things, it's something that I would really want to do, but I knew that, man, what would happen if I showed up and they're actually there, you know, checking your weight? Or maybe it was just the thing that, be like going up to a roller coaster, right? Some of you that have dealt with weight issues your whole life, you go and you just want to ride this ride so bad, and you're just, the whole thought in your head is, am I going to fit on the ride? And to get in there and to feel it, man, and I've been there before where they're just pushing down harder and harder, and you're like, am I going to fit? Am I going to fit? And man, that's the most embarrassing thing ever. I've been there, I've experienced it, and I did not want to experience that on my 20th wedding anniversary, going on some incredible excursion that I wanted to experience. So after all this time of reading through these descriptions, I finally found one that was for snorkeling, a 300-pound weight limit, and I didn't even care. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to say no to all these. I want to do something, and you know what, if they kick me off, they kick me off. At least I was close to that number. And let me tell you something, you know, I went out there and I got to experience it, and it was incredible. And I will tell you this, I told myself that I never wanted to miss out on another thing in life simply because of my weight. And that has been my resolve up to this point, not letting my weight get in the way of me living my life. Have you ever had an experience like this? You've been unhealthy for so long, but you finally get the courage to get out and try something, and it's incredible, and you have this just, I don't want to go back to the way I was anymore. Have you had an experience like that? Is there something that maybe you had an experience like the other one where you wanted to do something but you couldn't? You know, let me know down in the comments. Let's share, let's talk about these things together, because I'll tell you, it's encouraging to see that other people have gone through it, but that others have overcome it. So with that in mind, let me tell you what I'm going to be doing for this weight loss challenge. I'm going to be diving in head first and doing my very best to stay as close to zero carb as I can. I will say that I'm eventually planning on probably going down to about an 85% carnivore. I had a lot of incredible comments on my experiment videos, and I'll put a link down in the description to that whole playlist of my experiment. But you guys shared some incredible comments. Some of you were saying that, hey, you know, I've been 85% carnivore for all this time, or I've been 90% or whatever else, and that kind of gave me some ideas that, wow, maybe I don't have to be full 100% strict, you know, carnivore the whole time. But starting this challenge, I do want to do the same thing I did before. I want to dive right in, and I want to go as close to zero as I can. I'm also going to be doing my best to include intermittent fasting, and I'm going to have some videos about intermittent fasting. That's something I know quite a bit about. I've been doing that with keto for years, and I want to share and talk about that a little bit more in some upcoming videos. Now, we do have some family coming in towards the end of July. Looking at my calendar, I've got about 6 weeks for that. And so that's kind of the first leg of this journey for me, is 6 weeks. What can I get done and accomplished in 6 weeks? And I would really encourage you to put some kind of hard number down on a calendar somewhere. Maybe you'll do what I did and just do that 30-day challenge, or even just 2 weeks. Get yourself going, get yourself moving. But put a date on the calendar that you're going to try for this amount of time, or you're going to try to follow this way of eating for this amount of time. Put a date on a calendar. It helps you so much sometimes to see a hard deadline or a goal or a date or something out there that you have to reach out for. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do when they get here. You know, after this 6 weeks, will I, maybe drop back to doing keto? Will I just press pause for a week and just kind of go and enjoy some life? I don't know. I'll keep in the loop as that gets closer. I'm also gonna try to do some things like including some videos for a typical day of eating. I wanna try to do a couple of those throughout this journey for me, and probably some workout videos as well. I've had a lot of you ask what kind of workouts I do. For those of you that don't know, I do work out usually about 5 days a week. I'm doing some form of high intensity interval training. I'll talk about those and maybe even bring a video or two about what I'm doing out in the gym. The bottom line for me is I want to bring you all along with me as close as I can to this entire journey. And please make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of those updates. So now that you know what I'm gonna do, what are you gonna do? Are you ready to join me? Like, are you ready to start achieving your goals right now? Are there things that you're missing out on life because of your weight or because of your health? If that's you, let me know down in the comments. Sometimes it helps to just write it out that, you know what, I'm missing out on this, or I'm missing out on this. And sometimes to just see it and to say it out loud, it can help be the motivation that you need to get up and get going. One of the things that stood out to me as I started thinking about this is that it was the difference between existing and living. And I feel like I wasted so many years just existing, just getting up and going to that 9 to 5 and sitting behind a desk for all those years, just hoping to be able to go for some small little thing. And that's just kind of existing, but being able to go out and experience life and be able to do those things, that's living, and that's what I want to do. And I don't want my weight or my health to get in the way of those things anymore, and I don't think you do either. I want all of you to start doing the very thing that I did and start living and start enjoying that life that you've been blessed with. And I will tell you this, if I can do it, so can you. As I said, I'm going to be trying to do my best to update weekly, but I'm hoping to actually include a few extra videos as well. But no matter what, please like and share this video, because there's somebody out there somewhere that needs to hear this message. And again, I'm not saying I'm some great motivational speaker, but sometimes you just need somebody to say, hey, it's your time right now to get up and do something for you. Look, I'd love if you'd subscribe to my channel. If you haven't before, just go over there, make sure you click on subscribe, click on that bell icon and to turn on notifications. You'll get any updates that I do for this journey and any of my past videos. You can go catch up on as well. Love to hear your comments, any information you have, feedback. I read them all, and I'd love for you to engage with me down in the comment section of any of the videos that you watch. I'm so stoked to have you along this journey with me. But please, don't just watch my journey, start your own. I am looking forward to what's coming, God willing, and I hope you are too, and I will see you in the next video.